Yeah. Darth Dave was getting impatient in the chat, and I don't like to leave Darth Dave waiting. So,
You leave everyone else waiting, but not Darth Dave.
well, I mean, just you mostly. What, Sunker? Why am I getting an echo from you?
No, that's just my room.
Okay, that is really weird. No, I'm still getting it. The fuck? Damn it! Now I got to turn her. Now she's got to come back and turn her mic back on. The fuck is that? Is that it? I wonder if I can. The mic comes back. See if I can hear this. Okay, that's really weird. Where does that go? Sunker, turn your mic back on and say something so I can hear you.
Hello.
Fuck, keep talking.
Hello.
Fuck, now I can't hear you. I can hear you, but I'm getting an echo now.
That's weird. Fix it.
I'm trying. I'm not. Oh, how the hell did that button get hit? All right, let's see if that goes away now. I can still hear myself. Oh, it's fucking Kick. That's why. I'm retarded. That's why I can hear it.
You're an idiot. You
Well,
are.
I don't ever have Kick
No.
unmuted, but I forgot I got out of the regular because I was trying to find my Kick link, so I wasn't in the creator dashboard. I was just on my regular like Kick home screen. And so like that started making noise, and that's what had me totally screwed up. So yeah, I don't. It's never like unmuted that. So I was like, I didn't even think to check that, and then I did. So yeah, no, I'm a little retarded. I guess I should have checked that first.
There's a little bit of retard in all of us, I find.
That's true. That's true. We're all like at least 2 or 3% retarded. So It makes sense. Some of us more than others.
Some of us much more certified.
Yes, that's right.
I'm having a lot of some stupid thing. I'm having a whole bunch of fun a little bit with the AI video maker thing.
Right.
The only time it can't do one thing. I just want two silhouettes of two people rising from the ground, and it just can't do it. It doesn't fucking understand.
Yeah, it's hard to get it to do two people on the same video, like on the same screen. You know what I mean? Unless it's like an anamorphic character that you like create, or like if you do like just a generic knight or like a generic wizard, but like having two like separate support pictures, that would be really nice to be able to do.
It's just like I just want just two silhouettes. It doesn't even have to look like us. I just want two silhouettes of two people rising from the ground, and it refuses to do this.
Really? You'd think that wouldn't be too hard. That's kind of wild.
It must be how I'm wording it, because the AI is just like, I don't know what to do.
I'm retarded.
Well, if you want, this is the one that I just kind of find the funniest. It's so fucking stupid. Hold on. Where can I post this to you? Rumble Studio. There, sure. Go look at it.
Okay. Should I share it on screen, or should we make people?
You can share it on screen. You can share it on screen. This is Sunker fucking failing with AI art.
Sunker fucking failing. The only thing that sucks, it's like you always want them to have music, and they don't.
Well, no, I'm trying to make scenes to match up to the "Is It Good" song. So.
Yeah, no, I get you. Oh shit, that's the wrong button.
I told you I'm fat chat. I've been bloated.
Shut up. Shut up and turn your camera off so we can just show this.
Okay.
No, you gotta actually hit the button down at the bottom. That doesn't work. There you go. Jesus, impossible. All right, here's Sunker's. Her prompt was screen is dark before blue lit dimly illuminate the big top 3-ring circus. There's a platform rising from beneath the ground, saying upwards. One is a silhouette of a man sitting in a large chair slumped down. Behind him, a silhouette of a woman sitting on the ground with a wine bottle. Wish you could.
That is not what I ordered. That's not what
There's three
I
people in that.
food.
There's three
Wait,
people in that.
who's
That
the
is
third
weird.
man?
Right? That's Grant. That's why you can't see his face because he's not always here. Oh, that's great. That's funny.
But I did come up with a couple things that I very much like that I will share with you, chat. This is Sunker shares.
Oh God, Sunker sharing.
So
That's
I'm
scary.
sharing these. I'm sharing the ones that I like the most. It was.
And remember, you have to put them in the Rumble chat. You can't put them in the background chat. It won't go. Although I did just make you a moderator.
All right, it's share this one.
Oh God, you want me to share another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I just share my screen?
Yeah, that'd be easier. Just share your screen.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Because then you can play whichever one. You can play whichever. And it's like, and you can do actual share screen. You don't have to share tab because like you're not going to have any sound anyway. So you can share the whole damn screen.
I hope I don't have anything weird in the background.
I mean, nobody's going to
Whoa.
complain if you do.
Where is the? Oh.
You're fine. You don't have anything in the
Fucked up, I
background.
fucked up.
Stop being paranoid. Oh God. Jesus.
Hold on.
That's why we can't. This is what. What?
Yeah.
Did you get it?
Yeah. No, not yet.
Sure?
But I'm almost there. Almost there.
Okay. This is why you can't even let women drive, boys and girls. This is why you can't even let women drive. Okay.
All right. I want to select a specific screen, and it is.
I don't know which one it is.
I'm trying. There we are. Ha!
All right. Did you share it?
Can you see it?
Yes.
All right. This is just like all I wanted was like a whole bunch of random scenes that I would be playing while the song was going.
Mm-hmm.
So I have this going on and this.
That one was pretty cool. Yeah, that's not bad.
This one,
Ooh.
I was very proud of.
Dude, that one looks way better than the shit I came up with. You gave it a little more futuristic look, though, too.
Well,
That's
this is
pretty
like
fucking
I gave it a whole bunch of scenes, like a warrior fighting a dragon, someone flying through the air, and there's a glow of a cityscape below.
There you go.
And then I would get weird ones like this.
Dude, that's dope. I like the skeleton chasing him, or maybe it's his partner. Who knows? I don't know. That's pretty cool. That could be his sidekick, the skeleton. There's a whole story there.
And this is the first time I tried to AI nerd.
Oh dear God!
It didn't work out that well.
Dude, why am I drinking up my nose? That's weird.
Why is there a woman?
Seriously, yeah, it literally. I don't know. Well, I mean, there should always be a woman on her knees behind me, but like that's like,
Why
but
do you
yeah,
look so mad?
That is weird. Apparently, she didn't do a good job, and now I have to drink myself to death for the rest of the night. That's why she's sitting back there in the back. I just like, what's up with the circus background? That's fucking wild. What the fuck?
And
that's
this was
not
another
creepy at all.
attempt at the silhouette, and it fucked up again. And this one, I was trying to do something really cool.
That one's not bad. That one's not bad.
Because what I want to do is I want to take all those scenes, kind of have them morph into a ball that you would be holding, then you'd slam it down, and then it'd be like a show.
Oh, nice. I see where you're going for. Y'all see, that's what you say. I come up with bullshit. Y'all are so much more creative than I am.
Well, it's not working the way I want it to, but that was Sunker shares.
That's why you got to reach out to Grant and ask him to help you, because and he's in our Discord. You just got to reach out to him and talk to him, because he's the one that can help you fine tune some of that stuff. Or I don't know, maybe he just whip it all together. I'm not sure, but either way, like he'd be the guy to check it all out with. But yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah, he probably knows. He knows a little bit. He probably knows a little bit better about like the negative and positive prompts you can use and different things like that to kind of help with that stuff. So I know that was some of the stuff I was looking up when I first got into making like just the regular individual pictures versus doing all of the doing all the actual like videos and stuff like that. Yeah, I know words are hard. And so am I. But yeah, so that's
Jesus
what we got.
Christ.
But that's what we got to go with on. That's what we got to go with on that one. So I don't know, but yeah, we'll figure it out. Like I said, it looked pretty cool. Looked pretty neat stuff. It looked really neat stuff.
I liked how some of them look. I need to learn how to do like Movie Maker or something so I could just kind of start to meld the scenes together.
Yeah.
My favorite one so far still is very much the circus one, where it just like pans from a city and then you see the circus off in a nook corner somewhere.
Nice. Nice. Well, that works.
But you
then.
didn't come here for that. You guys came here
No.
for something else.
Yes. And Sunker's working on maybe an alternative to our intro. She's playing with some things right now. And oh, we do have 2 new Sunker clips and 1 new baby clip as well tonight. Dancing everything, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to go ahead and play our wonderfully generated AI intro, and then we will get into it because tonight, boys and girls, we got Daredevil Born Again, episode 8, Isle of Joy. So we'll find out tonight. Is it good?
Check the lights, it's showtime now. Crowd is buzzing, hear the sound. Is it gold or just a lie? Worth a watch or pass it by.
Why?
Critics
Because we
talking loud
can,
and
not because we
clear.
should.
Do they praise or spread the fear?
I'll try to save some of these
Film a flop, we
some of
wanna know.
these scenes. I can try to reuse them.
Come join the show. Is it good as
I can put him in a file. I can put him in an online file, a cloud folder for you, and you can pull them out. I'm just good at putting them in. I don't know how to pull them out.
Scenes a rolling moment by. Answers hidden in the sky. Join the crowd and take a peek. In the common view we seek. Is it good as nerds we say? Will it shine or fade away? Sinking ships might pull you in. Do we lose or can we win? Eyes on stage and hearts on sleeve. Wondering what we'll achieve. Is it worth the precious time? In the common
I didn't notice the little
view
lightning
we'll climb.
waterfalls in the background of that one before. That's pretty good.
Scenes a rolling moment by. Answers hidden in the sky. Join the crowd and take a peek. In the common view we seek. Scenes a rolling moment by. Answers hidden in the sky. Join the crowd and take a peek. In the common view we seek. Eyes on stage and hearts on sleeve. Wondering what we'll achieve. Is it worth the precious time? In the common view we'll climb. Eyes on stage and hearts on sleeve. Wondering what we will climb. When
How are we doing tonight, guys? It's Jesse with the Common Nerd, bringing you pop culture and all things underneath a common sense lens. And welcome to another wonderful edition of Is It Good? Boys and girls, our Daredevil Born Again, Season 4, Season 1, whatever. It's a continuation of the Netflix series. But we've got Episode 8 tonight. We are one away from the season finale. We've got Isle of Joy tonight. It should be a lot of fun, although, as usual, Sunker and I seem to be a little bit of the outliers of people out there in the world. We're actually enjoying the majority of this season, unlike everybody else who seems to absolutely hate it, which I think is always fascinating. It's always fun to feel like we're a little bit outside the loop on what everybody else thinks about all of that. So there's a couple of other people that I know. Memeology has been saying he's actually really been enjoying it, but other than that, that's about it when it comes to anybody even closely associated with the Fellowship in any way, shape, or form. So it's pretty funny. It's fun to be the outliers. So we've had a good time with it so far. So we're getting back at it tonight. Like I said, next week is the season finale, and then we've got a few ideas, a few thought processes, some things in the works behind the scenes as far as what we will do next to keep this wonderful little group of evening fun that we've been having over the last, couple of 3 months by now, right? What did we start Creature Commandos in like December or something, right? Wasn't that what we did?
We started off with Creature Commandos when it first released, because you whenever said like, "Hey, this sounds terrible. Want to watch it with me?" And I'm like,
"Yeah,
fuck." I'm flashback all the way to like, "Hey, want to watch Doctor Who? Hey, you said we should watch Doctor Who together." Like, well,
yeah. Well, at least, I at least was cautiously, I was hoping that Creature Commandos was going to be good. The trailers looked good. They looked funny, but literally it was all the best parts in the trailers smashed all into one. So yeah, but Cyberpunk was good. We had fun with Cyberpunk. And then of course, here's something to listen to her. Here she goes. Here she goes again.
No, that was good.
Shut up! You cried at the end, just like everybody else. Our Leslie Nielsen, that was great. That was great. Dead and Loving It was absolutely wonderful. So that was a good time as well. So we've had some nice stuff going on. We've had some nice stuff going on as well. But speaking of nice stuff, Sunker Maiden, how the hell you doing tonight, darling? How's everything been going for you? How'd your Monday show go and all that fun stuff?
Monday show went. I thought I could have done better in the Monday show, but Rise of the Rune Lords. But I always do that every time. It's like, Lawrence Corvus is a fucking asshole and will continue to be a huge dick at every opportunity. I went over and made basically the Golem my manservant, and the last we left him, he was sitting alone in the library caring for my retarded sheep. So that was what happened there.
That is fucking great. Holy
other than
shit.
that, my week's been okay. I gotta start losing weight. I'm getting fat, so I say that as I drink a beer.
Right, I know shit, right? I feel the same way too, because like I was talking about that earlier today, and I even said something to my wife the other day about it too. I was like, I got to get back to just the meat and vegetables diet, because like a few of my shirts are getting a little tighter than what I like them when I put them on now. So yeah, I'm thinking like, okay, next time I'm going out, I'm picking up a bottle of vodka, some nice Dripping Springs, a nice good Texas vodka, and keeping that in the freezer and staying away from the beer and all that shit for a little while, because yeah, Common Nerd's feeling a little chunkier than what I should be right now, and not exactly cool. So yeah, I feel that.
But it sucks because the beer it doesn't fuck me up as hard. So it's just like, darn it. No.
Well, what you need to do is you need to do like one shot of something in like 8 ounces of juice. Right?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Or something like that. So that way you don't get fucked up. Well, okay, but you can do, I don't know, do you like seltzer water? Like, probably not. Most people don't.
I like seltzer.
You can do seltzer. Oh, do you? You can do seltzer water then. Yeah, just get you a lot of the seltzer water and do like, one shot per 8 ounce glass of seltzer. You know what like an actual cocktail is supposed to be, not the shit that you and me and every other fucking drunk out there likes to do.
Is it 90% rum?
Yes, exactly.
With a little bit of spritz in there.
That's literally, I was a friend. I had a Mexican, my little brother's nanny. She was Hispanic, and she really liked Kessler's whiskey, which is one of the reasons why I drink it, because I really like the flavor of it too. But that was what she said. She said first glass, it's about this much whiskey, and the rest of it's soda. Second glass, about half whiskey, half soda. By the third glass, it's just little spritz of the soda on the top. I was like, yeah, boy, no wonder I drink the way I do. Oh, but yeah, absolutely. So yeah, there's ways to moderate things. There's ways to moderate.
Yeah, I just got to start exercising and shit like that, and
I feel
all that other noise. But other than that, life's been pretty okay.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. So I got 2 new dancing sung. I woke up this morning, helped to get the kiddos in the car, and didn't feel like trying to go back to sleep for like 45 minutes. So I just came out here and I edited a few things. So I have 2 new dancing sunker clips and 1 new baby dancing clip and it was actually a picture from the camping trip over the weekend too. So I got 3 new dancing clips tonight. So if you guys want to do any direct donations or anything like that, it's the pinned comment over there in Rumble. Direct donations of any amount get you a dancing baby, or gifted subs will get you a dancing sunker. But if you request a dancing sunker through your direct through your direct donation, you can have that as well. So them be the rules, boys and girls, for the evening. So go ahead and check those out. Also, to anybody that might over there be lurking and listening and hanging out over there on the YouTube, I know we had a few folks jump in over there. Please join us over there on Rumble at the Common Nerd over there on Rumble. Join us over there. We are 5 away from 1,200 followers over there on Rumble, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, I think we're like 40 away from 1,800 over there on YouTube.
Holy
So
shit.
everything's climbing very nicely right now. Everything's been going really well. Had a couple of great videos do really, really well over the weekend, and so that was always a wonderful time as well. So yeah, appreciate all of you guys for that kind of stuff too. And if there's too many people hanging out over there on over on YouTube, I will drop a link for you over there on Rumble, or over there on YouTube. But yeah, join us over there at the Common Nerd. And boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you smash that like button. Smash that like button and participate in the chat. It's a wonderful way to do things. Darth Dave, one of our very fine channel subscribers over there on Rumble. It says, oh, we still have an hour. Okay, yes. And Darth Dave came back. Do we get to start pretty soon? Yes. Sunker was late, Darth Dave. It is all her fault. She got too obsessed with playing with her AI tools, giggity, and she got distracted. And just like so many of us do when we're playing with our toys, and it happened. And so that's what happened. And Darth Dave, I see you over on Kick as well, buddy. I see you over there on Kick as well. But yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened. What? What are you?
Can I share my screen again?
Oh,
I'm
dear
sorry.
God, I guess. What did you come up with now? Go ahead, share your screen, and then I'll get back to saying hi to all the fabulous folks.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, people, but it's just kind of really funny what I just made. Because you mentioned it, so like, well, fuck.
Oh dear God! What kind of horrifying things did Sunker come up with this evening here?
Nope. This, yes. You can see my screen.
Yes. It's like I shrunk myself. Hold on, let me turn my screen off. That's like I shrunk myself, or just completely and totally knocked myself out. That is great. That is great. I love it.
I guess I have to. I guess I have to go over and change like the size of the globe, because I guess it's just going with giant ball.
Giant balls. You got to give him giant ball. There you go. Oh, that is great. That is great. The joys of AI, boys and girls. The joys of AI. Shadow Warden 99, another one of our fine channel subscribers over there on Rumble, says there is an above average level of retard in the Maiden. I think she would agree with you. I'm not saying I would agree with you. But Sunker does agree with you. So that's all. That's as far as I'm going to take that. There's Darth Dave. There he is. And the Cinema Corner says, LMAO. What's Cinema Corner? Good to see you. Always fun to see new faces in the chat. Ethan HVAC says, for the one thing I care about, boobs are not proportionate. Are not proportionate. All else was great. Oh, for the intro. Gotcha, Ethan. Gotcha. No, you're right. The boobs were not proportionate. It's hard to get the AI to do that because they've all got all those little safety rails in there to keep them away from adult content, quote unquote. You know what I mean? So it's like they're kind of cautious about that. We need some Japanese AI companies that we can use that they are okay with fan service. I wonder if we need to start adding fan service into the description. I wonder if it would understand what we mean. I don't know.
Did you? Is that why there's so many hourglasses in there? You typed in hourglass figure and it just started dropping a whole bunch of hourglasses.
No. The goal was to be chasing an hourglass and trying to get it back from the dragon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so no, it actually did a pretty halfway decent job for like trying to do what I was wanting to do. So yeah, surprisingly enough. Jesse playing with his giant ball. That is exactly what it is, Darth Dave. That's exactly what it is, buddy. I am everywhere. That's right. Darth Dave's everywhere, boys and girls. Everywhere. All right. Well, now it's time to share my screen, boys
Well,
and girls. What?
to go over and catch the people up
Oh,
from
yes.
this episode, what did you think about it? The
The
last
last
episode.
one?
Mhm.
I think I came to the conclusion, if I remember correctly, at the end of it. It's one of those things at the beginning of the episode, there's a lot of stuff that's kind of slow. There's definitely some very cringe moments. There's conversations that aren't earned, but at the end, it kind of saves itself. That fight with Daredevil and him and Muse kind of really work out very well. And I think that kind of saved the whole episode. And I know some people didn't really like the fight all that much, but I really enjoyed it for what it was. And it was one of those things where it's like, okay, this works, and I think that kind of saved the episode. Truth be told, it really did, because there was a lot of kind of cringe dialogue. There was that stuff with the what the former cop or whatever that's like trying to be like, Matt's guardian
You're
angel
gonna give it
whatever.
all up,
Right?
You're gonna throw your
ruin it all.
future away.
Right. And it's funny because, and I love, this is like the first time Matt like actually pushes back against these folks. And he's like, look, if this was a few years ago, you'd be calling me in on something like this, not lecturing me to stay out of it. The cops couldn't get it done, so I had to get it done. And he's just like, and just like walks out of the office. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, boy, you finally grabbed it. You finally got a hold of your big brass balls again. You know what I mean? Like the big brass balls that made you throw on that suit and go out there and punch on guys. Even though all you had was echolocation and some serious kung fu. You know what I mean? Like, so it's one of those things. It's like that was really nice to see, and I think that was a good segue into what we see next with him and Muse knocking the shit out of each other in that psychiatrist's office. So like, yeah, so no, I thought it, like I said, started out slow, had some really cringe moments in it, but it finished strong. And as we've said before, boys and girls, as long as you finish her strong, you're going to get a call back, right? You know what I mean? You're going to get a call back. But if your ending sucks, well, it doesn't matter how good the foreplay was. So that's kind of where I'm at with that one. What about you?
I like the shower sex. Other than that,
I completely forgot about that.
it was a nice scene.
Leave it to Sunker to remember that.
But I thought it
Oh,
could
that's
have
right.
been
I don't find her all that attractive, so that's my problem.
Well, you do like the Coco Karen. But she what I liked I find it was rushed a little bit when it came to the psychiatrist and her patient. It felt very much just like we probably should have spent more time on building this up, but here, take it. But it could have been better. The only thing I would say for the fight scene, it would have been better if it was dark. There's something about Daredevil when he's fighting in broad daylight that's very offsetting. I think the only time it got pulled off well was in the Irish bank heist. Honestly enough.
Well, and he also wasn't in the suit in that one either. And I think the suit has something to do with it because he's a ninja, right? Essentially, that's what his archetype is. He's a ninja, right? And so it's like one of those things. It's like, yeah, you expect ninjas to operate at night and stuff like that. But it's also one of them situations where he couldn't exactly go in there and nothing but his little fancy little do-rag. Plus, everybody wants to see him in the suit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everybody wants to see him in the suit. So I get what you're saying on that one, but there would have been no logical timeline way of being able to jump from that. You know what I mean? You're not going to have him in there with her locked up for 6 hours until it gets dark and then Matt can go over there. Unfortunately, it had to be done basically during the day. But I get what you're saying.
That's why I said that they should have gone over and kind of shown her squeezing him in this one patient, the Muse patient, towards the end of her shift, like something they could have like a little bit of conversation real quick before she goes home, because she felt very badly for him. That they kind of set that up very perfectly. So she would be putting herself more and more in danger because he didn't seem that violent. And you could have shown, if you gave him enough time, if you actually built it up properly, you could show him gaining her trust and making her be more trustworthy. Like, yeah, you can come in around 5 or something. It's all right.
I mean,
We'll have our session.
it's New York, so it does get dark early already over there because they're so far northeast too. So I mean, yeah, I mean, you could potentially do it at like 5 o'clock. But like I said, it just wasn't something that was built up. It wasn't something they had. You know, you got guys that are working with stuff from the old people and their new stuff that they're trying to put in. So it's like, yeah, it's a little bit. I mean, and you can tell that, right? And that's one of the criticisms. You know, you can tell that from a lot of the episodes. You've seen how they've had to like kind of splice things together and kind of change things up a little bit and try to craft something better out of kind of like the little bit of pile of shit that they had to work with at the beginning.
It's
But yeah,
it's funny though, because episodes 1 through 3, I would say those are a really, really good like build up for Daredevil, and we hit the bad episode of 4, and then we
Right.
have like a pretty damn good one shot in 5. So
Yeah.
I also thought it was a little bit weird that street the White Tiger's niece was just like, you should try harder. She's always, you should try better. You should do better, Senator mode the entire fucking
yeah,
time.
she's very entitled.
Like, and her being such a fucking pissant versus the psychologist who was just like near comatose with after her attack, which it makes sense. It was a very shocking thing to happen, but
Yeah.
it was just like, darn it. This is not year. I don't know if it was the direction she was given, or maybe she's not good at doing those scenes, but it did feel kind of empty. How that scene kind of ran, which makes me sad because I do like her. Also, I'm going to hold on to it 1,000%. White Tiger's niece has AIDS because there's no fucking way. They're like, that needle touched hookers. There's no fucking way she don't got no STD.
Yeah, that's from Muse starting to bleed her out and stuff like that. Yeah, didn't exactly look like the most sanitized place out there, boys and girls. It's kind of like it was kind of like trusting a needle off a Skid Row. You know what I mean? Not exactly something I recommend doing in any way, shape, or form. What?
One last thing, and then we can actually get
No,
started.
you're good.
Sorry, guys.
No rush. No rush.
One thing I actually very much liked was how he did his paintings, because they already kind of cheap it out a lot with Matt being like, I can run my bare hand over a page and I can read off the ink. Like,
Right.
It made a lot of sense that he was able to go over and through the paint, because you could see texture in that painting. In all of his paintings, there was a lot of stuff that was like growing from it, so it was much more realistic that he'd be able to read and see like, oh fuck, that's my girl.
Yeah, because there was a lot of ridges to it, and that was something they established very well every time you saw the paintings. It wasn't like that was the first time you saw it. All of a sudden, when Matt was touching it, you saw that in all of the paintings. That it wasn't like he was using spray paint. You know what I mean? He's using like actual like oil paint, or I can even. What are the ones that are thick? It's not oil paints. It's the other ones that are really thick. Either way, I'm not an artist.
It's oil.
Is it oil? The oil ones that are really thick? Okay. Yeah. So like oil paints and stuff like that. So, I mean, there you go. You know, it's one of them situations where you could absolutely see that being very realistic. And like I said, they set that up very well too. So it wasn't something that was unbelievable at all. I think the most unbelievable thing that we talked about, and this was one of those things that everybody's kind of made fun of. It's like the kid had 1 month with that karate master, and all of a sudden he can go toe to toe with Matt, who was trained by
I'm
fucking
out of practice. I'm out of practice.
Right,
My
I guess
girlfriend's
Matt's
a super assassin ninja. Just, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. So I got my butt kicked by a kid who learned kung fu for a month. So like that part was like, that was pretty dumb. But you don't think about it much in the scene unless you're just like, unless you've got it in the back of your head the entire time. It's like something like really stuck in your head and like really irritates you. I can understand like that, why that whole fight scene would just irritate you because of that. But like I wasn't really thinking about it much during that fight scene, so it didn't bug me all that bad.
Like,
but I get why people had issues with it.
Instead of doing that, you could have had him go over and just admit, like, yeah, I go to these places where I get over and get started into bar fights because I just really want to fight things. Like, you could go over and have that, because I would actually believe a scrawny kid like that, but he actually is really good because he's gotten used to like fighting heavier opponents because he just wanted to fight and beat something up.
Yeah, and that would make sense too. If they gave a little, I mean, you could have just given like a quick little something for something like that, showing that it wasn't just that month of fighting. You know, the kid's been going in and getting into fist fights and everything else, every place he could. Maybe he found some underground boxing rings. You know what I mean? Something to at least give him a little bit of experience. You know what I mean? Make it a little bit more believable. Because at the end of the day, Matt is still just a human, right? He's still just a guy. He's a very well trained guy, but he is still just a guy. You know what I mean? So that's kind of one of the things with all of that too. So, but yeah, absolutely. I get what you're saying. Absolutely get what you're saying. So all right.
Oh, and we'll see whether or not your interpretation or my interpretation was correct. Your interpretation was she was trying to kill him. That Kingpin's girl was trying to kill him.
Kingpin's wife. Kingpin's wife's trying to kill him, and you thought she was trying to set the other guy up, right?
I thought she went over and set the other guy up because it was so. Like, I can absolutely see it from your point of view, where it's just like, I just want to be alone and eat at this really nice restaurant. But in my opinion, just like because of what we've seen him do so far, it seemed too well set up for that to happen. Like, the guy came in from that place and he came in alone. He didn't actually just blow the building, which is what I would do.
Right.
Fuck casualties if I'm an evil gangster.
Right. Well, even some of those guys still got a little respect. They got a little bit of morals. They're not the Mexican cartels. Okay. They're not the Mexican cartels. They're not just they're not just sawing off innocents' heads and stuff. But no, I get what you're saying.
You come to me on the day of my election. You don't come with the respect.
That's exactly what we've got with Kingpin. Except he cries way more. Yeah. But yeah, it's one of them situations where it's like, yeah, I get where you're coming from on that one. It's just like, no, she wants to be gangster again. She wants to be top dog again. She wants the business to run properly again. The only way to do that is to remove him. So I firmly believe she's totally down to have him whacked.
We'll see. Again, it's just because it works both ways, and that's kind of like the best of women. But
that's one way to look at it.
But we'll see. I wouldn't be disappointed if your interpretation is correct, because it shows that he is actually indeed very smart. That's why he went over and employed that one henchman to be his backup.
Yeah, that's true too.
Which is actually really funny because he looks a lot like the guy from season 1, his original number 1 guy that Karen went over and killed.
Yeah, that's true. Joe Dog, let's play. What's up, buddy? What's going on, man? Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. Another one of our fine channel subscribers over there on Rumble. Glad you made it. It says, "What's up? What a trash series." See, as I told you, Sunker, we've got so much of a different opinion from a lot of people.
It's so weird that it's not trash. I actually can see why people would be pissed off because they wanted the Foggy Karen dynamic and they instantly ripped that away. And I think it was a huge misstep to have the diversity hires try to fill those shoes because you don't have that connection and it feels extremely hollow. Yeah, and that's one of the complaints we've had with a lot of these kind of like the diversity hire replacements for Karen and Foggy. You know what I mean? That's kind of what we've had a problem with is that's like their conversations feel unearned. You know what I mean? Like you who the fuck are you to talk to Matt like that? Like who are you? Like you don't earn. You saw me without my mask. You saw me without my mask like a couple days ago. Right. That's right, HVAC. Use your head, boys, not the lower one, the top one. The tools are at the disposal. There you go. There you go. I don't know what the topic is. Sorry, I'm just rambling. That's okay. That's okay, Ethan. You're here, buddy. You're here, HVAC. That's all that matters. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Penis. I like that movie. Wait, what? Yep, I knew you would. I knew you would be in that stuff. Real White Nation Gaming Clips. What's up, Wade? This is Hey Nerd. Honest question. Can you show a movie on Rumble unlike YouTube? Yes, that's exactly. Yes. Wade, this is what happens when you don't stick around past the intro of this show on Rumble. That's literally what we do. That's literally what we do on this show and on Doctor Who and everything else. We watched we watched Dracula Dead and loving it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. So you can do actual watch alongs on here and on Kick, depending on what you're watching on Kick. The Warner Brothers stuff still gets you over on Kick. But yeah, because that's, well, the thing about it is, it's not just that they're lax on that. It's not that they're lax on that. It's if you do it properly. Because there were some assholes that were doing like the Twitch shit, right? Where they just put something on and walk away, or they just put something on and like not even have them in it at all. There were some people that are doing that, but that's not what we do. What we do with this is fair use, right? We're stopping the show, we review it. Sometimes we talk over it. You know what I mean? But we're constantly
At each
stopping
other
it.
over it.
Yeah, yelling at each other over it, like all of this kind of stuff. You know, Sunkers are like, okay, just one more pause, just one more pause, one more pause.
I had a brilliant moment.
Yes, and so it's like, so no, so what we actually do falls under the terms of fair use, and we could challenge it every single time we watch these on YouTube, but it's not worth the fight, right? Because they're never going to put us on the special list. They get to do things like that and stuff like that. We're never going to be on that list. You know what I mean? So it's better for us just to do them on Rumble. Because Rumble doesn't have all the stupid bots. That's what gets us in trouble on YouTube, is all the dumb bots, because the bots can't tell the difference between legitimate fair use and just trying to throw somebody's content up there, because so many people abused that for so long on YouTube. Remember, like, you could play a whole movie and just have a little square around it with a different background, something like this much of the screen, or basically like 2/3 of the screen would be taken up by the movie and the rest of it would have some funky little background, right? Because that's what they were trying to get away with, like fair use. It's not fair use, okay, guys? Like, technically we modified it. Shut up. You guys are the ones that were splitting hairs that ruined it for everybody over there on YouTube. So we don't do that, and Rumble will nuke people for doing shit like that. Well, not people, but they'll kick you out of like the partner program if you try to use that shit for like your partner program qualifications and stuff like that. Because some people did try doing that, and Rumble's like, yeah, no, we're not. No, that you're not doing that.
We don't need that smoke.
So,
we don't need
no,
that.
you know, we don't need that bullshit. We don't need that bullshit. But yeah.
It's like YouTube is so bad, it's gotten to the point where if like you just start singing song lyrics, you get fucking copyright struck. It's so dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and that's the problem. There's a lot of things that are ridiculous. There's a lot of things that are absolutely ridiculous when it comes to that. So, yeah, there you go. She is still trying to kill who? Yes, she is absolutely still trying to kill who? Darth Dave. Absolutely. She totally is.
I will get him.
Penguin's wife. Yeah, Kingpin's wife was trying to kill Kingpin. Yes, that seems crazy. I know, right, Darth Dave? That seems wild. That would never happen in a mobster show. Bonus hole. That's right. That's bonus hole. Hey, Spec's like, I got it. Yay. It's okay, Wade. You're good. You're good. He's like, I'm a slacker. I know. Yeah, they watch all kinds of things. Yes, we do. We watch all kinds of things. I was trying to ask what to do or not. Oh, yeah, you can totally do it over here. You can totally do it over there. Yes, yeah. Sunker walks away through a lot. Okay. There are some chair streams. Oh, yes, there is. There are definitely chair streams. There are definitely chair streams with Sunker.
Damn you, Hassan!
That's exactly what happens to us, HVAC. A 2-hour movie becomes a 5-hour stream. That's exactly what happens to us. That's exactly what happens to us. Saturday Night Doctor Who's going to be wild because Sunker doesn't have to get up in the morning.
You're going to get me. We're going to run out of Doctor Who. We're going to go into the old Who.
No, because I've got church in the morning. I can't stay up that damn late. But yeah, no, Sunker, you can go. You guys will be able to come over on Saturday nights for Doctor Who and get Sunker as plastered as you want because she doesn't have to get up in the morning. So yeah, think about that.
That'll be very much. That'll be very interesting. Because we'll be going through at 3 episodes instead of the 2 because I'm like, I gotta go to sleep.
That's true. We might. Flight simulation streams struck because someone copyrighted the sound of a jet engine. Oh my God. That is so, see, that's what I'm saying, dude. They abuse that copyright system so bad. That is so dumb. Sunker should go to church on Sunday mornings. This is true. Sunker should go to church on Sunday mornings.
When I did get baptized, smoke came out of my ears. Maybe.
Oh, shut up. I walk into a church and I catch fire. I'm so edgy.
Actually, no, that it wasn't quite that, but I was a little bit too old when they took me to go get baptized. So it was just
There's
like,
no such thing as being too old to get baptized. Unless, what kind of church were you going to?
A little bit too old, a little bit too young. So we're just like, we're going to hand you off to this old man who's going to hold you over a pot of oil, a pot of water, a little bowl of water, and just don't worry about it. So I'm just like, fuck! Why is I didn't
We've got
sign up for this. What are you doing?
we've got a giant dunk tank in the back of our church that we use. It's literally like Tractor Supply, like the big,
that would be fun.
the 3 feet deep cow trough. You know what I mean? Like those ones. That's what we've got, and that's what we use. That's what we use to baptize people. And no, it's always our pastor that does it. It's not anybody else. It's only ever our pastor. Yeah, that's true, Darth Dave. It will be saying, I have to go to bed. That's exactly what it'll be, Darth Dave.
Come on, nerd, one more episode.
Mhm.
But,
Yeah, oh, shit. That was a baby baptism, exactly. Hey, what's up, Sonia? Rumble keeps sniping my comments. How dirty are you trying to be in the chat? Shakes my head. Everybody else gets away with whatever they want. How shameful are you being, my dear? But good to see you, beautiful. Good to see you, Sonia. Glad you made it in, darling. Love to see you over on Rumble. Smash that follow button if you haven't already. We're 5 away from 1,200 over there on Rumble. So thank you, Sonia. Good to see you, my dear. Good to see you. So that's weird. That's weird. But yeah. So yeah, that's the fun stuff of all of that. So by the way, should we do Daredevil now? Should we do some Daredevil now?
You know, I think we should. I mean, we're an hour in. We might as well get to Daredevil.
I guess at some point.
Jesus
That's right.
Christ.
Oh yeah, I baptize old people with a font. Says Darth Dave. That is great.
Dude, no, like I embarrassed my family so much because I didn't quite understand what was going on, to the point where one of the ladies, because I was yelling, screaming, fighting with the pastor, to where the lady went over and turned over to my mom and says, like, I think I saw smoke coming out of her ears.
Oh, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. But yeah, no, we'd have you good at my church. But all right, we're gonna do go ahead.
All right, everyone from YouTube, if you want to keep watching with us, we're going to give you a teaser, if you will. But if you want to keep watching with us and listen to our commentary, you're going to have to jump over to Rumble. You don't have to make an account, but you will have to make an account if you want to go over and comment. But you're going to have to jump over to Rumble for us. But here's your teaser.
Ernest Albert Torres says, hello, I'm Ernest. Ben Affleck was Daredevil. Hey, you know what? That movie gets a lot of flack for no reason, Ernest. That movie gets a lot of flack for no reason. Ernest, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, like I enjoyed it for what it was. Yeah, I mean, it definitely could have been better, but yeah, no, Ben Affleck was a good Daredevil. I really did think he was a good Daredevil.
I think the only thing that made it ridiculous was actually learning what Elektra's last name was.
I don't even remember now. It's been
Nachos. It's Nachos.
Oh God, was it really?
Elektra Nachos, and it's just like, oh wait, that's your actual last name. I look it up. Yes, that's her last name. I was like, fucking hell, Miller.
That was pretty dumb. All right, we gotta skip a little forward because we're gonna skip the recap and then we'll come back and go over it when we get started with the full Rumble show, just in case anybody's missed anything last week or anything like that. But for everybody that wants a tease for the new episode, here we go, boys and girls. Daredevil Born Again, Season 1, Episode 8, Isle of Joy. Oh, wait, we got to skip over the intro now, too, don't we? No, you should let it go.
No, it's copyright. Your video's fucked.
What, my video's fucked?
Nah, joking.
Oh, okay. That's not nice. Don't joke with me like that. I got to start things over then. That's a pretty blue flower. That's a pretty blue rose.
That was actually a thing with the Kingpin, I believe. Did he have a rose motif?
Was it blue roses, though? Was it blue roses, though?
Red roses, but I could be mixing it up with the Kingpin I believe they chose, which was a giant black guy.
There you go. There you go, Darth Dave. Yeah, you could always do an exorcism. Sunker probably needs one. HVAC says, I watched the movie with Daredevil, Ben. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, Ernest, join us over on Rumble. I dropped the link over there, buddy. Then you gotta make an account and just click the link to finish watching with us, because we're gonna watch the whole episode tonight. Like, if the whole episode's this slow, it'll be really, really bad. But like, I don't mind this as an intro. This is kind of nice. Well, I'm like, this is nice as an intro. This isn't bad as an intro.
It'll be interesting. I do hear there is a meeting, and I'm like, fuck. It sounds like this is a filler episode.
That's horrible to have a filler episode right before the season finale. That's just dumb. That's just
like that. Like, this is when you need to be ramping it up. This is where things need to get more exciting.
Yeah, this is like when you need to crush it and really hit it out of the ballpark is what you need to do here.
This is the revving of the engine and you going towards it right before you hit the ramp.
This is like you making her explode right before you stick it in is what's supposed to happen in this episode. Like this is the last round before the final act. You know what I mean? So. Oh, great. Representation. Sorry, I just couldn't resist. I couldn't resist.
He looks like someone who played a superhero.
It could be. I don't know. It's not Luke Cage. I don't want to write on blue ink. That's right. This is inside of the prison. Who's in prison?
Who is gay enough to be in prison and smelling flowers?
Well, I mean, like, man, I ain't gonna judge nobody. Like, as far as if they're in jail and the certain things they decide to do to occupy their time with. I mean, I'd rather see them gardening blue roses than making shanks to stab a motherfucker. So, you know, 6'10", half dozen the other way.
Would you ever leave yourself in a vulnerable position where you have something you very much love amongst a whole bunch of cutthroat bastard assholes?
I mean, it's out in the yard. There's guards with guns. They're probably not going to let you go out there and tear stuff up because it'd have to be authorized by the prison anyway for you to have a garden of any kind, no matter what you're growing. So, like, that would have been the prison probably put resources into it. It's probably like some therapy thing. So they're not going to just let the jackasses go in there and tear it up.
And then that I just reminded myself of the rehabilitation program they have for certain prisoners where they give them a dog and they help. They have prisoners rehabilitate dogs, and it was a very nice moment to see in a YouTube video the guy who rehabilitated a dog and then them bringing the dog in and just loving it.
That's pretty cool. I like that. We need more rehabilitation. We need more rehabilitation because that is one of the big problems with the prison system is it doesn't rehabilitate you. It just punishes you. And the problem is a lot of people end up coming out worse than when they went in. You know what I mean? And so it's like, yeah, there definitely needs to be, everybody should get punished for their crimes, but they're definitely, especially for like lower level stuff, you know what I mean? Like you want more reform and less, I mean, like, you know, if they're murderers and stuff, murderers, rapists, stuff like that, but like, yeah, whatever, man, lock them in a hole, throw away the key, throw them in the chair, whatever you got to do. But like the guys that are caught for like shoplifting and like petty theft and, you know, I don't know.
You shouldn't be in jail for a long time for like,
well, it's not even that, but like, they're like if they're out there stealing because they don't have any skills and that's the only way they can make money, then give them a skill, put them into trade school while they're in prison. Yeah, still lock them up, but like give them a trade before they get out. Yeah. You know what I mean? Give them some skills that they can actually utilize on the outside of the world.
Get substitute teachers who actually have no fucking idea how to teach people and put them in front of cons. If nothing prepares you for high school students. They will.
I mean, yeah. I mean that's rehabilitation for the assistant teachers or for the substitute teachers. But like, no, just doing stuff like that would be a lot better. That's right, ex-cons and pit bulls. What's up, Mike has bad knees? That's right, ex-cons and pit bulls. There you go. Yep, that one. There you go. I love pitties.
It's a rare for that pollen, but
the sleep lotus type thing. He might HVAC might be pulling your leg too. There are lotus flowers that do that, but that doesn't look like a lotus. It looks like a rose to me. Lotus is different. Yeah, it's a rose, not a lotus.
It's a rose. It's a white rose. They put food coloring in its water.
Yeah, probably exactly what happened.
Or they just use spray paint.
Oh, hell. You know what this is? I think this is that douchebag we hated from episode, like, whatever it was. The one that's like, I'm just trying to get out and get my shiza.
No, this isn't it. This is the guy who killed Foggy.
Oh, is that who this is? Oh, is this Bullseye?
No, Poindexter.
Bullseye that killed Foggy.
No, it was some dude named Poindexter. Unless Bullseye's name is Poindexter.
Oh. HVAC says preacher. I don't know what he means by that. I don't know. I don't know.
Usually we collect this stuff, but they don't let this fucker keep anything, so looks like we're traveling light today.
Well, okay. I think we're just going to leave it there because it looks like we're almost to the, we're probably almost there.
Hands out. Move.
We're almost there. We're almost there. Move, he says. Move.
Where are we going?
All right. I don't know how much longer we've got before that. Yeah, we've still got a couple of minutes before the intro goes all the way through. Where are we at? 2:33. So yeah, they still got a little while to go. But essentially, he's being escorted out of prison. What's up, Madhouse Retro? Another one of our fine channel subscribers over there on Rumble. Good to see you, Madhouse. So there you go, boys and girls. There you go. I'm gonna shut down the YouTube. So it's been fun. If you're over there on YouTube, click the link over there that I dropped in the chat for all of that kind of fun stuff out there. So you can come join us over here on Rumble. And like I said, if you're catching this on the replay, join us at The Common Nerd over there on Rumble or Kick. You can watch us over on Kick as well. Kick's perfectly okay as well. So Sunker, wave bye to everybody. Tell all the wonderful people over there on YouTube bye-bye. Say bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, there she goes. There she goes. There she goes. And I can't put the Rumble screen up anymore because that thing doesn't work anymore. Now it just does like premium or whatever it is and all of that kind of stuff. So now
they
it's
went premium. They did a premium bullshit thing.
No, they've got to fix it to where you can do both. They've got to fix it to where you can do both. There we go. And Sunker said bye on YouTube. Bye, YouTube.
I did say bye.
I know, but I watched you say bye when I ended.